So not living in a natural environment with trees causes higher mortality. Look at this, from heart and respiratory disease, according to an 18-year study by Jeffrey Donovan and the Pacific Northwest Research. So forests contribute to the livelihood of 1.6 billion people. More than 1.6 people around the world depend to varying degrees on forests for their livelihoods. Look at that. They're picking plants. They're picking herbs. Their livelihood very much is also now selling it to herbalists and pharmacy. Pharmacy big time are buying up this. It's actually the pharmaceutics that they make out of the products they bring in is a $6 billion business a year. And do you think they get anything of that? Hardly any. So it's not like it's helping them. And they have less and less to work on. So this is an environmental lawyer, one of our former guests. He said, I visited a tribe in northern Wisconsin. They have the oldest cultivated forest in North America. Their chief, hundreds of years ago, said, we will start to harvest the dead trees at this end of the forest and follow the sun until we reach the other end of the forest and not cutting a single healthy tree. They make furniture, housing, etc., without mass cutting, just dealing with dying trees. So they always have an active, growing, and sustainable forest. There are no clear cuts. Have anybody heard about the empress tree? So empress tree is amazing. It is, in China, it's totally sacred. And it grows in the northeast. It grows in the southeast. And it regenerates 7 times. You can actually, in 10 years, it grows to about 20 feet. And if you cut it, it will come back 7 times. And these leaves and flowers are pure medicine and edible. And the flowers smells like vanilla jasmine. Can you imagine that aroma? And it's become an investment thing for people that like to do green investments. And so now this World Tree business have figured out how to give trees to farmers for free, and investments pay for it. And if you invested, let's say, 1 acre, that would take care of the carbon footprint for you for life. So, but imagine what we get out. Now this is amazing wood. So this wood doesn't warp, doesn't take moisture. So you can build with it, you can make the kitchen, all the cabinets, and it is taken about 11 times more carbon dioxide out of the air than most other trees. So how do we get carbon dioxide? Well, all trees take in carbon dioxide. Fungi store it underground. Your coral reefs in the ocean stores carbon dioxide. So how much can we store? What's happening in Australia now, it's like it's double the amount of carbon dioxide than they ever should have in a year. I mean, the fires are giving them so much that they wonder, the trees cannot absorb it. There is not enough to absorb it. So it's going to be a problem for all of us because we are all in one bubble. Native plants and modern agriculture. Many native plants that are indigenous to global forests are very nourishing. It's ironic that we knock down woods to create farmlands growing less nourishing plants. So Hippocrates, whose name the Institute have, you're talking 460 BC. Hippocrates classified herbs into their essential qualities of hot and cold, moist and dry, and developed a system of diagnosis and prognosis using herbs. The number of effective medicinal plants he discussed was between 300 and 400 species. But he would also classify our emotions as working on earth, fire, wind, and earth. You got it. And so he was far ahead. Walt Whitman said, "Now I see the secret of making the best person. It is to grow in the open air and to eat and sleep with the earth." Don't you always feel like that? Yes, solutions. So now, the healing power of the forest. After years of careful study, Dr. Lee, a Japanese medical doctor, has found that spending time in a forest can reduce stress, anxiety, depression, anger, strengthen the immune system, and improve cardiovascular and metabolic health, and boost all over our health. So they realized that Japan, for example, is 2/3 forest. It's a lush forest, but where do everybody live? They live in Tokyo. Like the 12 million people are mushed into one city, and 90% of their time is spent indoor. So they actually have a prescription now that's called forest bathing. Well, in Japanese, it's shinrin-yoku. It's a term that makes taking in the forest. It actually means just walking in the forest and taking it in. So it doesn't mean that we're just going to throw ourselves in the leaves and bathe in it. It means walking in it and taking it in.